What's up, comic fans? It is time for that new comic book day haul plus review. So we're gonna get into the books this week. We got some 50 centers. We got some books from this week. We got some books from last week. We're gonna get into all of that right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. All right. If you like comics, you're in the place to be. Let's get into the comics. First off, we have some 50 centers. We've got the Omega Men number 4. Now you would think that this is like the second appearance of Lobo since 3 was the first appearance. It's not. Somehow he doesn't show up in 4. He goes from 3 to 5. And actually Lobo gets his name in 5. But yeah, this is just some Omega Men goodness. Next up for 50 cents, we got Home number 1, issue 1. I didn't get to read this yet, so I heard good things about the series. I think it's a 5-parter, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if it's still ongoing. I think it was only 5 issues. So we'll read it. 50 cents, you know, you wait a little bit and you can get those books fresh off the shelf for 50 cents. Alright, this is X-Men number 2. This is from the Hickman run. It's got some first appearances in it. It's definitely like going on eBay for more than 50 cents. This is a really good copy. You know, little, I don't know, it needs to look a little pressed, but it doesn't have any spine-breaking, any ticks, color-breaking ticks. So, I don't know. It's like a $5 book. Got it for 50 cents. And then we got The Next Batman Second Son, issue 1 of 4. Again, a pretty recent book, within like the last year and a half. 50 cents. Cool. Alright, so those were my 50 centers. I think they were okay. Nothing spectacular, but some good, relatively cheap spec in there and some good reads. Alright, and a cool book, Omega Men. Alright, let's get on to this week's books. Or the newer books, not really this week's books. Alright, so first off, we got my boy Evil Mike pointed this out. He said he really liked the book, so I got Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones. I got that Peach Momoko Gwendipus? I don't know. Octogwen cover. I think it's a fun cover. You know what? It was a fun book. I had heard, contrary to what Evil Mike said, that it was not a great book, was, you know, pretty empty, pretty formulaic. I don't think it was formulaic. I don't think it's the best book I read, but I liked it. I thought the story was good. I thought the art was excellent. So I've read a couple of books with Spider-Gwen because, you know, she's been a partner of Miles Morales' Spider-Man before, so, you know, they've worked together. Obviously been in other comics together, so I read it. It was not bad. I don't know. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. It was a good comic. Definitely a good comic. I'll definitely check out the second issue. Alright. Getting on to some other books. I picked this up. This was from last week. My comic shop didn't give me all my covers, so I haven't read this yet. This is Black Panther 15, so we'll read that. I did read Moon Knight 21, which they brought me, which they gave me this week. I just like the Moon Knight series. Jim McKay's doing a really good job. And is there a new villain? Is there not? I don't know. I keep reading to find out, to see if there's someone else causing some hectic issues in Moon Knight's life. If you don't know, Moon Knight works with some vampires. They go out for evening out in the club. Fight breaks out. You know, lots of blood around vampires. Ooh. So, you know, check out the issue if you want to see what happens. On the issue before that, we had Blade show up. So, cool. I did get my Amazing Spider-Man number 21A cover. I had the Hulk, the Incredible Goofy Hulk cover, the Disney one. I reviewed this last week, so keep moving. I will say that the more I think about this book, though, the less I liked what happened. They bring back some obscure villain, and we wait all this time, and it really was, To me, it kind of felt like it fell flat on its face. But it is what it is. It was a setup issue. We'll see where it goes from there. We also got Spawn, number 339. This was from last week. Haven't read it yet, but we'll dive into it. We do have some Spawn action from this week in the form of Gunslinger Spawn, and we'll get to it. All right, starting off with Marvel, we have Hulk. Titan takes over, and that is exactly what you get here. You have Titan taking over. Try saying that 5 times fast. Titan taking over. Anyway, Ryan Otley again writes another Hulk book. Does the art. It's good. Titan is not a force to be played with in this book, and we get the appearance of Doctor Strange in this book. All right, and we start to get a little bit of an idea why there is this Hulk spaceship. You know, why the Hulk has become this star cruiser, if you will, and you know what's behind this Titan entity in his head, right? And you know how this mindscape is playing, how it's played out, and you know what's going on. So you get a Doctor Strange appearance in this one. So there's a lot of mystical, occult stuff going on with the Hulk, just not sci-fi, star-gazing stuff. All right, next up we have the last Marvel book, and probably my favorite of the week, Miles Morales' Spider-Man. This is perhaps the most serious and thought-provoking Spider-Man title out right now, which is not what you want to hear, but this is also action-packed. So it's hitting all the key notes for me. All right. So while Zeb Wells is a really great writer, I think Cody Ziegler is doing a really good job. Ziegler is killing this Spider-Man. You know, you got this new villain, Rabble, who's been in the last 3 issues, I guess, the last 4 issues. I guess 3 issues. Kind of gets introduced in issue 1, but we don't really get to see the full, you know, that's like a cameo, I guess. But yeah, Miles is going through some stuff. So is the rest of his family. There's some cliffhangers in here. All right, there's, you know, and if you like Misty Knight, she's in the book too. All right. Switching to the indies, we got Gunslinger Spawn number 18. By far, to me, this is the most entertaining of the Spawn books, because Gunslinger, he's by all accounts the little guy, the guy who nobody really gives a shot to. He's the one who really has to prove himself, right? So, you know, you have Spawn, he's Spawn, he's the dude, right? And then you have Gunslinger Spawn, and he's the one who's really going through it. He's a man out of time. And that's the other thing. He's a man out of time, so he doesn't quite understand how this world works. So that gives little quirks and intricacies to this character, right? Javier, or the Gunslinger Spawn. So just a really cool book, really fun to read. Again, it's $2.99. So you know, if you're looking for something that's, you know, entertaining but not expensive, why not? Spawn covers are usually pretty good. You got Clown on the cover here and all his iterations. He's playing a bit, you know, to do in here. We get a little bit more behind why Gunslinger quit the Scorched, which is kind of like a Spawn retribution recon covert ops team, I guess you can call it, led by She-Spawn. I think I'm spending too much time on Spawn, but Gunslinger Spawn, it's a good read. It's a fun read. I wouldn't say it's good or great, it's fun, all right? Next up, we got The Last Barbarians, issue 2. I really loved issue 1. Issue 2, I wouldn't say it fell flat on his face, just didn't hype me up, didn't get me as pumped. There are some interesting things that happen here though, and I will read issue 3, okay? Yeah, it's just fun. It's got that, and it makes references. It's got that D&D vibe. So if you've ever had like a D&D campaign and you're like, oh, this campaign could become a comic, I think that's what happened here. All right, somebody did a D&D session and then decided to make a comic book out of it. It's cool with me. And the covers are pretty cool on these. Next up, we have House of Slaughter, number 13. All right, you got Jace Butcher here. I think his last name is Butcher. But yeah, the Butcher's Return. Basically, he's been playing dead for a while. His family was taken out for whatever reason. We don't really know, right? But there's this house, you know, the House of Slaughter is about these, you know, monster hunters basically. And for some reason, his family got taken out. The equation. They also think he's dead because he's supposed to be dead. he loses one of these children who he's trying to save, who he puts them together as a family. He doesn't raise them as hunters, but he raises them as kids. He's like, these kids deserve a shot to be kids. They lost their family, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna make sure they are, they don't have to deal with what I went through as a kid, and they get to live a life that's enjoyable, I guess, for a kid. Anyway, he loses one of his kids to one of the houses, or the butcher house, if you will, and which is a house based off of the house that his family created. And he wants to get that kid back, but that means having to reveal himself back as being alive. And so this issue is all about that struggle. I want to save the kid. How do I save the kid? How do I not let them find out I'm still alive? Because once they find out he's alive, they're coming after him to kill him. All right. So, House of Slaughter, really good. This is issue 13. I think the series is now found its footing. It's good. It's good. It's a good read. Okay. Here's one of my favorite indies of the week from Image. We got Nuff Said. All right. This is a world where demons spawn in the night and you need light all the time. All right. We have the return of the main character, who we assumed was dead at the end of the last arc, but nope, she's alive. And then we have the return of another person who we all thought was dead too, but now they're back, even more powerful, and have changed their mind about things. So, Nuff Said, it's worth a read. Get the trades, catch up, read that. Probably the best thing Scott Snyder's doing. I feel like I said that last week too about Scott Snyder. See, he's just a really good writer. He does a lot of good things, all right? Last but not least, we have Danger Street by Tom King. This is definitely one of my favorite books out, and this is DC. It's my only DC book, all right? But it's my favorite DC book as well. Yeah, it's just so good. You got Lady Cop right here on the cover. A lot of things are happening in this book, all right? There's like 4 or 5 different storylines that are going on. All of them kind of clutch or key to the story. You got Lady Cop looking how to set things right in her town where things don't really happen. You've got the kids who witnessed their friend get murdered, now looking for the guy. I mean, I don't want to give away too much. I think Danger Street, this is issue 4 or 5, I forget. But there's a lot of storyline going on now. You should read it. But you got the kids looking for the person who murdered their friend, looking to kill him. You got the dudes who accidentally killed the kid, looking to resurrect the kid, and then you got assassins just murdering people. Sounds like a really good book. So, Danger Street from DC. I would jump on that if you get a chance. It's Tom King. He does really good with these C-D-lister characters. He's just awesome. All right, comic fans, thank you for joining me. Apparently I can't talk anymore. Comic fans, thank you for joining me. That was my new Comic Book Day haul plus review. We had some 50 centers. All right, if you like comics, this is the place to be. All right, so do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for next week's books. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, go ahead and throw me a thumbs up, and comment down below. Peace!